Once a guru and disciple were passing through a deserted forest. Then the disciple asks a question to his teacher. Guruji, what happens that some people have nothing, but still they remain happy, they remain in joy, and despite some people having everything, sadness is clearly visible on their faces. Pointing towards a withered flower, the guru told his disciple that this is a matter of thinking and understanding. If this flower thinks that I withered yesterday, or it will think that if I wither again in the future, it will never be able to blossom fully. It will never be able to come in its beautiful form and spread its fragrance in this nature. Similarly, a person remains lost in the memories of his past, or keeps imagining his future, keeps thinking about future sorrows, or bad things that have happened to him in the past. Thinking about her, he keeps getting worried about his future. So such a person can never experience happiness in life. It is important to understand that life always happens in the present. Imagination of past and future always leads a man towards death. Therefore, it becomes important that we take care of our body to keep it away from diseases. They also keep cleaning the dirt from inside. Similarly, from time to time, we should keep cleaning and washing the dirt of our mind and brain. This will not only sharpen your intellectual capacity, but you will also be able to know the secret of always being happy. The disciple asked the question, Gurudev, before we start discussing mind and brain, before this, I want to know why people who have everything remain unhappy, and why people who have nothing are often happy. What is this secret? What could be the reason behind this? The guru replied that some people achieve everything in life, and after achieving everything, they realize the futility of everything. Such people often get caught by the feeling that whatever I have achieved in life, whatever I have done, I may have achieved happiness. But peace of mind is still far away, incomplete, I cannot reach it. Even after getting everything, I could not understand my mind. And when a person feels like this, he realizes that whatever he earned was worth a pittance. He wasted his life in useless things, and the person who has nothing in life, he has a hope. He longs to get everything. And that same longing, that same desire keeps him happy in life, moves him forward, and keeps him full of energy. Pointing towards a dry tree with his hand, the guru said, Disciple, at one time this tree too must have been green and laden with fruits. Many types of birds and animals would be feeding on it and eating its fruits. At that time, even this tree will not know that one day you will dry up and your condition will become so bad that you will not even be able to provide shade to anyone. Not even leaves will be left on you. The result was a distant thing. Similarly, in the race of life, man forgets the race in which he is trying to come out ahead. Its last stage is death. I wish he could ever step aside from this race and see that its last phase will take him nowhere, and the phase he is dreaming of winning by coming out ahead. Its last stage is death. I wish he could stop in the race of life sometime and see this. What will be the final stage of someone's life? Then he can give full respect to those works which are futile, which are useless, and can move towards such works which create happiness in his life, which give a new direction to his life. Pointing towards himself, the guru explained that a yogi is one who stops in the race of life, who understands that the last stage of life is death. Therefore, instead of getting luxuries in life, he starts trying to take his mind and brain towards a new happiness. The disciple asked, Gurudev, can't a person living a suffering life attain that happiness? And if he can, then how should he start? Absolutely can, Gurudev replied excitedly. If all human beings decide to become yogis to attain that happiness, then the movement of nature itself will stop. His system will start deteriorating. A true yogi searches in his life, and after searching, he becomes worried as to how happiness can be achieved in life. He tells everyone the methods so that man can attain that happiness while following his suffering life. Addressing himself, the guru replied that according to what I have discovered in my life, a man should keep cleaning his mind and brain from time to time. Man pays attention to his body, but he forgets his mind and brain. One never pays attention to it, and because of that, the mind and brain keep aging. There is no youth left in them, and when youth is no longer there, newness and freshness is no longer left in them, due to which a person becomes filled with sadness. What is the filth of mind and brain? First, let me tell you this. Some such incidents happen in the life of every human being, which have a deep impact on his mind. He is not able to forget those incidents throughout his life. And the same incidents get completely settled in his mind, which creates a knot in his mind, and in the future, whenever he does any work, these incidents will affect him. His thoughts will completely change his decision. Even the vision of such a person gets confused. He cannot see the true form. He looks at things in a confused manner by linking them to those events. For example, if a person with evil eyes or bad eyes cheats you, then for the rest of your life, you will always consider the person with evil eyes or bad eyes as a cheater and will never be able to trust him completely. But the thing to understand is that the person betrayed you. You did not get that betrayal from evil eyes. He met that person's nature, but due to that person's nature, a picture of him got printed in our mind. An image was formed of him, and that image was from another man. When we make contact, a wall is erected in between. And because of this, a deep relationship cannot be established between two people. The most important thing for a human being is to keep himself free from the events of the past. Influenced by those incidents, they should not create any kind of image in their mind. Some people may raise questions on how useful life experiences will be. But the thing to understand is that we take knowledge from life experiences in a confused manner and are not able to learn from them in the right way. In the same way, just as those evil eyes were not responsible, his nature was responsible for deceiving him. But man will remember those evil eyes in his experience and will forget that nature. The disciple was so engrossed in his teacher's words that he did not notice the thorns lying on the forest path while walking, and suddenly a thorn pricked his foot. The guru asked him while taking out his fork, "Why did this bite hit your leg? Who do you hold responsible for this?" The guru said that you can consider me also responsible. Because why was I telling you something? Can you also hold yourself responsible that you got so engrossed in my words that you did not pay attention to the path? Can you hold these trees responsible for placing these thorns on this path? The disciple replied, "Gurudev, I consider myself responsible in this because you were doing your work and this tree also did its work. But I could not do my work fully consciously. If I had concentrated on walking, if I had not been completely engrossed in your words, I would never have felt this thorn. This was completely my fault." Patting his disciple's back, the guru started saying further that the events which affect our mind, it becomes necessary that we somehow remove those events from our mind. And the simplest way for that is to control our emotions. Learn to express. Don't keep it in your heart, in your mind. When you express your feelings to another person, the burden on your mind becomes lighter. The nature of some people is such that they do not tell their feelings to anyone. Such people often remain sad within themselves, but he does not express his feelings to any other person. On the contrary, there are some people who are unable to keep anything in their mind. Whatever good or bad happens to them, they express their feelings to others, and you yourself must have felt that people who express their feelings are more happy in life. One should never stop the momentum that comes naturally, the velocity which we try to stop. That passion starts eating us from within. If you feel like crying over some bad incident, then scream and cry. Don't hold yourself back. Let that momentum come out completely. If you feel like being happy or joyful on some other event, then dance and sing completely, so that you can take out that velocity. And when that velocity comes out with its full speed, it leaves behind an emptiness, a loneliness, a peace. One silence, one feeling. The guru explained to the disciple that just as water moving at high speed breaks all the obstacles coming in the way with its speed, similarly, if the emotions that arise within us are not taken out, if we try to build a dam, it will break that dam, and after breaking that dam, its waste will stay inside our mind. Whoever pollutes our mind will fill it with filth. Often a person suppresses an incident in his mind because he thinks that if the other person comes to know about this incident, then who knows what he will think about me. Because of this thought, he keeps feeling sad inside himself, but he does not tell anything to the other person. But once he can muster the courage, he can make a start, which can change his entire life. Once it becomes a habit of his mind, he will not hesitate to express his feelings to others throughout his life. And we can create this habit of our mind in 21 days. If we practice properly for 21 days, our mind will become completely free from emotions. This 21-day practice is as follows. The first thing to remember is that you should not suppress anything in your mind. If we think good about a person, then we should express it. Even if you think bad, express it also. Forget the consequences. What will the consequences be? Just trust your mind. This will create an amazing courage within you when you can tell everything you think about a person. So think for yourself how much your confidence in yourself will increase. All the fears in your mind will end. You may have to face challenges in this, but where there is no challenge, there is no practice. Practice should always be full of challenges. With this, you will also be able to practice speaking the truth. Often we say whatever we like to impress others, but they do not say what we really think about them, and this becomes our biggest mistake. Due to this, our entire existence becomes a lie. And while expressing our feelings, keep in mind that what is the fundamental reason behind the feelings that are arising within you towards that person? For example, when a servant does some work for his master and is not able to do the work well, the master scolds him, due to which a feeling of anger towards him arises in him. But the thing to understand is that the boss will definitely tell you, he will definitely scold you. If you will not do the work well, then if you are doing the work well and still your boss is not treating you well, then you can openly express your feelings to your boss. Without thinking what will be the result? If you raise this feeling, then you will start falling down in your own eyes. Your confidence will be completely destroyed. The second exercise that you have to do for 21 days is that whatever events happen to you, there should be at least one person in your life to whom you can express your feelings. Whether it is a good thing or a bad thing, you do all those things without thinking anything, without the fear of what that person will think about you. You can tell all your things to that person, and that person should not create any image for you after listening to all your things. Find such a person in your life and try to express all your feelings to them. Whatever happens during the day, feel good, feel bad, feel attracted towards someone, try to tell him like a friend. This will enable you to know what kind of emotions your mind creates towards events. You will be able to understand your mind. When you tell all these things to another person, you yourself restrain your reaction. What has been your attitude towards that incident? You are also able to assess yourself towards it. And the third practice, which will keep your mind free, is the practice of Yoga Nidra. The video on how to take Yoga Nidra and how to practice it will be played as soon as this video ends. Those who want to hear it, you can hear it. By the time this discussion was over, the guru and the disciple had crossed the forest and reached their ashram. So friends, I hope you have learned a good lesson from this story. How did you like this story? Do tell us by commenting in the comment box, and also share this story with your friends so that they can also learn something from this story. So to receive, thank you.